Yeah, I'm mute, Miss C.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No
Good
problem.
evening, everyone. How are you doing? Good to see you again this evening. How was your weekend?
It was good. How was yours?
It was good. No complaints. It was cooler than one to be, but it was good. Thank you. All right. Well, you guys are still turning your cameras on and coming in. Like I said, good to see you back. You have me again, Miss C. We're gonna do business writing today. And what I want to do with you today, basically, is it gonna apply to what your interests are and what your businesses that you guys want to start. You're gonna have some extra writings that's gonna help you. You can learn about the different business writings that there are today. So we're going to get started. Any questions before I start, actually? From last class, any questions at all? From the mindset? All right, nothing from your. Now, if you now, towards the end of this class, if you guys didn't get, you guys all should have got your copies of your results. I will put a link in there towards the end for you guys. So if you didn't get to schedule, you guys should have got an email that had you to schedule so I can go over the information, those who wanted me to go over it with you. So let me know towards the end and I'll make sure to put the link in there. Fair? All right, see thumbs up. All right, we're gonna get right into the business writing. Share. Are you guys able to see my screen? No? Okay. Hmm. What about now? Is it showing now?
No, it says you're viewing Massey's screen. Okay, now it's here.
Thank you very much. Oh no, my computer's lagging. I think it wants to go back on the weekend. I think what it wants to do actually. It's lagging. All right, the next thing I see is the proprietary statement. Of course, all this information here is S.O.A.R. Hospitality Travel YLC. You need permission. You are not able to copy, redistribute it in any shape or form, and you must get written permission to do so. All right, welcome to the business writing. What we're gonna do, I got the old school typewriter. I don't know if you guys ever practice on that. That's how we had to learn our typing and now you guys have the keyboard. Now you guys have your computers, your laptops, iPads, things to go with it. So for today, we are going to identify the nature and purpose of a discourse. And if you don't know what the word discourse means, you're about to find out what that is in just very shortly. We're going to tell the difference between the types of discourses, and you're going to identify and differentiate between the types of literary discourses. So you have a couple different ones that you guys are going to learn today. One thing that you guys do a lot, not knowing that you guys actually know that you're actually participating in discourse, is your text messaging. Basically, the discourse is any written text with a specific purpose or organized according for a purpose is what you do. So a discourse is just a fancy word for dialogue or discussion. Remember the D. Discourse, dialogue, or a discussion is what it is. For example, if you were debating about the value of buffalo chicken wings versus barbecue chicken with a friend, so you're engaging in a discourse, you're going back and forth, and it's friendly, but it's not just language. It's the way you use it, the language and how you're using to be able to communicate with each other in social situations. So it's the way we share our thoughts, we share our ideas, how we build our relationships, and how we establish basically culture. Another thing what you do with your business too, you're gonna help you influence others. You guys want to create meaning in the world that you do. So think of discourse as the language tailored to a social context is what we do, because it's an everyday language. Now, going back, just a quick review. When I ask you guys to do who you are and your motivational quote and your statements, what are your statements again? Do you guys have those with you? When I had you do your acronyms and I had you with your words, what are you guys? Do you guys have those? You guys have those close near? I see some
I have
heads.
mine.
All right, see some pass on. Now, what I want you to do is write one motivational statement or quote. What I want you to do. Or if you have one that you actually refer back to daily, what does that quote do? If you have that. So I want you guys to write one motivational statement or what is a quote that you like to go by that you say to yourself. And just give me 1 second. Also, give you a couple more seconds for your statements. Okay, Kimberly, what did you come? What was your statement? What was a motivational statement or quote?
So my quote, it comes from Dr. King, and it says, "No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream."
Very good. I like that one. Thank you. Okay, what about you, Stephanie? What was your statement?
Everything happens for a reason. By I don't know who. I just heard it.
That is true. Everything does happen for a reason and it does have a purpose. Very much so. All right. Just song. What statement you have?
Um, I said a man who has everything in life but no friends still has nothing in life.
That's good. I like that. Very good. All right, Evan.
I wrote, I am enough.
That is a drop mic right there. I am enough. I love that. You guys come up with great statements. I love starting off with positive affirmations and everything, of course, me loving mindset. All right, Isaac, what you have?
Do what you had to do until you can do what you want to do by Oprah Winfrey.
Very good. And boy, she is a trailblazer. Yes, she is. Thank you. Jaylene.
Believe in yourself and you can achieve anything.
Very much. Very much so. You have to have that belief behind those verbal words. All right. We have Stephanie.
I wrote success isn't about being the best. It's about getting better every single day.
Very true. And we do grow every day. All right, Reem, what you have?
I usually say to myself, failure is growth.
That's true. Because like we talked about, you have to try. I'll say failure, first attempt in learning. All right, Roxy, what you have?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mine's kind of longer. I put, I don't know who I'm gonna be in 6 months, but I know I'm gonna like her. And I don't know who I am right now, but I know that it'll be a part of who I will be. By Brittany Broski.
That's good. And I do want you guys that. Nabiha, I see you just come in on what I did. I had them write a quote or a motivational statement they like to say to themselves every day or ones that they like. Do you have one off the top of your head or you need a little bit?
I need a little bit more time.
Not a problem. All right, Summer, what's yours?
Your hard work is paying off even when you can't see it.
Very true. Sometimes we don't see it when it's actually paying off because we're focused on something maybe bigger sometimes. My statement that I like to say is I'm never broken. I'm only breaking free from what is holding me back is one that I like to that I like to say a lot of times. Just to, and Nabiha, you can put it in the chat whenever you're ready. Go ahead and take your time. We're talking about different type of discourses, and you guys have just participated in your first discourse. Even though you do it every day with texting, keep up with those motivational statements, and please make sure you say those every day. You know, start your day off with positivity. Get your mind, of course, mindset right, so you can actually be prosperous and be what you guys are saying that you guys are saying those statements are. I love those. Thank you, and they're very powerful.
Sorry,
On top of it.
could you repeat that again, please?
Yeah, sure. Basically, they're coming up with the motivational statement, or if you have a statement of your own, something that motivates you, or a quote that I asked them to come up with. So, for instance, mine was, I am never broken. I'm only breaking free from what is holding me back. Something I like to tell myself and empower myself daily. Does that make sense? Okay, got it. All right. And I did see something in the chat from you, Summer. 1 second, let me check. Okay, not a problem, Summer. Not a problem. All right, so the next thing that we have, basically, we have business writing versus writing. What is the difference? You guys know the difference? Evan, what do you think the difference can be between writing and business writing? Excuse me, business versus writing. What do you think the difference is between the two?
Well, like for writing, you can be writing about like anything and anything you want. For business, you have to like write about like a certain thing and get to a certain point, like in your writing.
Very true. Very true. Business, you're right. Business writing can be defined as any writing that takes place in or at your workplace, for a workplace. This is the business writing. Your personal writing, like I said, is for any other purpose that fulfills your needs. Some of you maybe like to journal. That's one of them. And that style, the style, format, and tone and the vocabulary may be similar, but it's the intention and the composition is what's going to difference between the two writings that there actually are. So, what is business writing? So, where have you seen business writing? There's a question. So, of course, business writing, like we said, is anything that's used in a professional setting, you know, anywhere, in a professional communication. So, what are some professional business writings you guys have seen or even used? Where have you used it at?
A memo, a portfolio, a resume, a cover letter.
Very true. Very true. Where have you used them at? Or would you
For me, I
use
use it.
business writing?
For me, I use it for like networking specifically.
Very true. Very true in those writings. Some of those. So, you know, and I want to be asking, where have you seen it at? Some of our just your transactions too in your business writing. These are type of different business writings there are too. Now, it's going to be an overview for you, all the type of business writings, but there's some business writing tips inside of it. And I'm going to play the video for it. And let me know if you can hear the videos, what I'm going to do next for you guys. Let me see if it'll play. It is really trying me today. Well, I'll come back. We'll come back to that. I'm just going to move forward in the sake of time. So there's purposes of a business writing, and I say it's easy as pie is how I help to remember these. So basically, persuade, inform, and entertain are your three purposes for business writing. So when you inform, you're telling just the true, real facts about it. It's telling me the information about it, and it's nonfiction. And it's not fiction because of the fact, for example, imagine you're a manager at a coffee shop right now, and you're trying to advertise and you want someone to try a new type of coffee bean, and you're starting to use it. So you write an email detailing about what the new bean is, where it's from, and how it's different from the old one, and informing everybody. So this is just sharing information so everyone knows what is going on, is your informing aspect. purpose. The next one is persuade. For example, now if you're trying to convince somebody in your school to start a recycling program, or for instance, when we're trying to persuade a customer to use our services or any products that we have. When, for instance, when you're writing that in a school and you're trying to persuade, you're going to use some type of communication, what you're going to use. So in school, you might write the principal and say you want to start the program, recycling program, and you want to explain why it's important, how it can benefit the school, what steps are needed. You're not just sharing the information, you're trying to convince the reader. And this is verbal too. You're trying to convince the reader to take action. What do you want them to do next? Some of your under your videos that you guys use too, you said you can reach me at maybe the website, or you can reach me at the email, or you can reach you in other ways, or a phone call. So it's you're trying to convince the reader to take some action and to agree sometimes with your point of view. Just give them that. Now, the last one we have, as you say, in pie, easy at pie. Oh, just changed on me. Is to entertain. So the entertainment part is what people love the most a lot of times, because it's the different ways that you want to entertain people. And we all have our own style how we like to entertain. So it's how you know it gives someone enjoyment to read it, because you add that feelings in there. So someone might have wrote something for it to be funny, because the story, it not only gives information, but it actually gives you facts and it persuades you on it. For instance, some of the movies, I would say like Tyler Perry, he plays that character, Perry's the character Medea, but he has some good points when he's in it, lessons that perform to families, that pertain to families, pertains to you as an individual. And he throws in a little stuff in there that makes you laugh. It's things that he misquotes sometimes what the Bible says, just to make you laugh. So one thing in the entertainment aspect, imagine that you're at your school and you're writing the newsletter. You're entertaining about it. And it was a recent school fair, school function that you had. And you talk about, in the article, you talk about the food, the games, the events, and the overall atmosphere. You're letting someone know, hey, you're missing out right now. You should come to the next one that we're going to have. So your goal is to provide that enjoyable reading experience, just like with some books you read, how you can sit and imagine and you feel what the person is saying. Those words come to life. They make you laugh, they can make you feel nostalgic, and it's fair to say, how am I making you feel? And you want to write that some of your words. What are you going to use in these 3 types of business writings, which you will use in your businesses? And each in the cases, the style, the tone, and the content of your writing, it's going to change based on your purpose and who you're trying to reach. And informing is straightforward. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be factual. It's going to be just the facts. Persuading, sometimes it can involve an argument when you get 2 people together in a debate to get their side of each perspective, each side what's going on. And of course, it's going to have that persuasion aspect to it. In the entertaining aspect, it just focuses on engaging and amusing the reader a lot of times. So again, it's easy as pie, as I say, with the purposes, persuade, inform, and entertain are the ones. Now we're going to go to the 4 different types of discourses. Remember, discourse is dialogue and discussion. And this, I like to say, I use this one for the different types is pit. So like a racing pit. It's for writing and communication. You have 4 different types. You have the instructional, like I was saying, a recipe. You have your manuals like you would have in a business, your employee handbooks, meetings and agendas, how-to guides that you're going to have, your SOP, your standing operation procedures that you have in your business. The second one is informational, a report. A lot of times your memos, your bulletins, as you guys are in school, you have syllabus at school, financial statements in your business. These are the information that you're going to see. The third one is persuasive. We're going to have resumes that say what your credentials are, what your skills are. You're going to use school club posters or informational proposals that come through there, and marketing materials that you're going to have. And of course, you guys, what you have done are your pitches. You guys practice those again. You're going to do that again more at the end of conclusion of this section of the course too. And then transactional. This is one that comes in. How are you getting paid? What are your order forms? Your contracts you guys have, permission slips when you're in school, registration forms. These are things that transact. We're going to go in each of those more detail, but this is an overview giving you the 4 types of discourse. Again, you can remember it like the word, like pit, a racing pit. Before that, persuasive, instructional, informational, and transactional. So the first one, like I said, instructional. I'm going to have you guys based on your business, break you guys up in groups, and you guys are going to help each other. You guys are going to come up with an instruction one. I want you, what these are used for, again, designed to guide the reader through a series of steps or processes. So you make one for your business, like I said. You have recipes, manuals, your employee handbooks, your how-to guides, little cheat sheets that you have. And the biggest thing is your standard operational procedures are the big things that actually come with instructional that you guys are going to have when you do an LLC or any other entity that you may use when you're starting your business. And it's also very clear and concise what you do, like I said, like a recipe. So this activity is a cultural exchange day. So, but relationship to your business, what should the customer client know before using your service or product? And that's a question you guys are going to answer. Will it relate to your businesses and what you like? Each of you. What should your customer client know before using your product or your service? Now, you can use in a similar scenario as a guide or plan to that, but what should they know? Basically, if you have a product, how should they use that product? What should they not use two things together? Maybe if they have allergies for that, is there a certain step process, for your product or your service? How do they contact you for your service? What are the steps for your service? So in that SPART instructional aspect of that, how many are you guys today? Let me see. Are we clear on what I'm asking you guys to do? Give me some thumbs up with your hands or the emojis when I break you guys up. I see. Okay, got your thumbs up. So it's what should your customer client know before using your product or your service? That's what we're going to do on the instructional aspect of your businesses. Okay, now that you guys are back out the breakout rooms, now looking at your instructional, did you guys write it down or did you guys just verbalize it? Anybody can speak?
Well,
Yeah,
me and Nima, yeah, he just avoided it.
Yeah, say the verbalize, because you're actually have to write it down. Basically, you're going to speak to somebody who's never, you act like, as I say, like a second grader or like a young child. How are you instructing them to use your product or service? They had know nothing whatsoever about it. Of course, you're going to have to gauge where they are and how much knowledge they have, like if they have some of them. But for instance, and I'll use you, Evie, as an example, some people don't know how to work with curly hair. There are some parents that may have children with curly hair or family members that have curly hair or someone who even has curly hair themselves are looking for certain products. What this can make my hair look wet, what can make it moisturize, that part. And then some of the words you used when I was listening, Evie, you used the word base. Some of them might not even know what that means. You're starting with a clear base. So, and that's, as you guys give instructions, make sure to ask questions of, do you understand what I'm saying, or is this making sense? Because you're not trying to insult them. You just want to say, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm explaining this clearly. My instructions are clear. All right, what's an example of one of your someone who's wrote down their instructions? Go ahead, Roxy. I see your hand.
For me, I put that, because I wanted a nonprofit, I put that we, as a nonprofit, we're the resource of finding opportunities and not the opportunity itself. So that we help people connect and we're not the person who is gonna straight up like offer you something.
And how would you do that? Because remember, instructional is like a recipe. How are you going to have them do that? What's the first thing going to do when how do they contact you? Please
They
contact us at
they
let's say that this phone number. Go ahead.
they would be able to reach out to us whenever they're looking for something specific, like they're majoring in something or they're studying in something or they want to get internships or opportunities in that, and then they would be able to give us information, and then we would connect with local businesses so that we could connect them to those people, so we could like be the advertisement for them when we have local meetings with businesses. Because I know that there's something similar to that. It's called like a chamber of commerce. I really like that.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And then how are you going to gather the information? If I say, well, what are you going to do with my information? Why are you taking it? What are you doing with it?
Well, I'll be giving it directly to people who were looking for people just like you, like looking like I'll be able to give you specifically as an example to be like, this is someone literally specifically all of their information if you want them because they want you, they want this opportunity.
And how do I give it to you?
You'd be able to send it through inbox.
Inbox? Is it a registration form?
No,
No.
no
Should it?
registration.
Should it be a registration form?
I don't know. I feel like it kind of should be open.
Well, I'm saying that in how you're going to get all your information. That's why I'm asking. When it has your demographics, your first name, your last name, it's going to have their address, information. They're going to saying, how do I give this information to you? And it's good for what you're going to have when you collect the information. Because remember, we want to stay organized. We want to stay organized too as we're collecting, but also as we're instructing. So how you add your instruction is you'll receive a form. Like I said, it's concise, it's specific. You're going to receive a form. It's going to ask you your name. It could be like a job form like you guys do now, how you guys register for things. You guys did the tour that you did. You had to register. You had to put your information in a form. It was collected. And then that's the information's used to, like you said, reach out to the other organizations or the resources that you have that help connect you. You see how you break that down a little more, giving information. And then you allow the person, you ask questions, you allow them to ask questions to you, say, okay, what do you want to know? Because some people, they're very private about their information. What are you going to do with it? And just being upfront about it. So, all right, someone out there, a different group that Roxy was not in. So what I had was either Stephanie, Isaac, Jasong, or Stephanie. We had you both in there together, huh, Stephanie's? Isaac, what'd you have for an instructional for your water bottle that you're going to do? All right, we have Jaylene, Jasong, or Stephanie's.
I didn't have a business like thing.
Okay, what'd you have?
Like I did a college research, but
Okay, how would you have someone instruct them on doing college research?
um I would ask like what their major is, like what they're looking for in a college and their ideals in a college.
Mm-hmm. And what should they do with that? If you're telling me how to do it, you're telling me how to do college research. So tell me how to do it. What
Um
should I do first?
they could like search up their like goals, like what they want, like their budget for a university or college, their
Mm-hmm.
size, and like see which college best fits them.
True. Some other things to add to that might be the student teacher ratio. We call those college factors. So I was asking, what are your college factors? Do you want close to home? Do you want far away home? Do you want big classes, small classes? Do you like some people like student engagement? Do they have someone wants to go for athletics? So it is a part of what you're saying, the goals and beginning that process. We're gonna do another one actually. 1 second. Let me know if you see my screen, please.
It's black right now.
Okay, thank you. You guys should see informational, should be the next one that you see. Because we have instructional, we have informational. It's the next type of business.
Right now, we still see the activity one.
All right, did it move over now?
Yep.
All right, thanks. Now, of course, with informational, we're delivering the facts. We're giving information to, and their objective. What I mean by objective, they're just facts. There's no emotion into it. Just like when you have a financial statement, it's just the financial aspect of it. Their memos and then their bulletins. And just for you guys, like we said, the class syllabus. So again, information is just facts. It's writing that gives the details about it, about the topic. If you do like a news article or a report, but the one thing I want you to think of too is like a reporter, where they're telling everyone what's going on. Maybe there's a new park open up in town. They're going to say where it is, when it opens, what features it has. There's no opinions on it. I mean, they may say it's going to be great, but usually it's just straight to the point, the facts, how to get there, directions. Is it going to be busy, not busy? Is it family friendly? There's no opinions. It's just useful information so people can decide if they want to go check it out. Now, the next activity with you guys, remember this is informational, there's going to have, what does your business do? So what does it do is what I want you guys to do in the informational aspect of it. Just the facts and the details. What does your business do or what it does? Or if you're trying to do, Jaylene, how you did the college research project, what at that college, what does it do that wants to bring you there? What is it offering that it has? You gave some facts in your pitch that you have. That's what I'm asking here. What does it do? What are some facts or details about that enticed you that wanted to go there that you can give people about it? Same with you guys, your business. This makes sense? Thumbs up or emojis? I say thumbs up. All right, I'm gonna put you in breakout rooms. You guys write this down too. Write it because this is gonna help you guys with your 30-second pitch. It's gonna help you be clear in the businesses that you're trying to make. And it's gonna give you guys more, it's gonna have you guys think about it more. It's become more fluid when you're just talking about details about what's going on. So informational aspect, what does your business do? I'm gonna split you guys. Rima, we're gonna see if it moves you this time. All right, I opened up all the rooms. See if it will let you guys go in and you're getting the notifications. Okay, what did you guys come up with your informational aspects of regarding your businesses? What's going to be on your flyers? Go ahead, Roxy.
For me, the business would be called Linden Youth Connections. You can contact us at like number. The slogan would be "Get connected for free with Linden Youth Connections" because I thought about the song. From 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday to Sundays. LindenYouthConnections@gmail.com and www.LindenYouthNetworking.com. And it offers networking opportunities. You can be able to connect to local businesses, and if you are a local business, you're able to promote it. So local upcoming businesses can collaborate with young youth who are really like specifically are trying to get in that particular field, whatever they're needing, so then they could both collaborate together and then be able to build the portfolio to experience together and then the company overall. So like everyone wins.
Okay. All right, good job. All right, Nabia, what did you have for your flyer? What's on yours?
So basically my flyer, like it would say my name, the name of my company, NJS Studios. It would like it would state like the services, Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and engineering. It would state like by hour session, focused by step by step, problem solving and concept understanding. It would also like have like this my app. So like my students could book through my app and submit like notes on specific parts what they're struggling on, and receive like my guided explanations plus like practice during my sessions, and also like payment during per session.
Okay.
The scheduling will be in my app, so it depends on the calendar in my app. And like also students are also expected to arrive prepared with their notes and like materials so we can proceed.
All right, that makes sense. That's good, instructional. All right, Caroline, what did you have for yours? All right, what about Jaylene? What's up for your flyer?
So my university was the University of Michigan, and
Mm-hmm.
my slogan was "Shape your future, start here." And I included like the class ranges, like the top majors that people go to the university for, and
Okay.
like the exceptional like extracurriculars and activities offered there.
Okay. That's good. Where in location?
Um, in Michigan,
All right. So you put the city where in Michigan?
uh, for um, I didn't put that in, but like it's like a small town.
That's good. That's fine. You did good giving me the detail aspects. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Evan, what'd you have on your flyer?
So I had the name of my company, which is Munoz Corporate Law Group,
Okay.
and then I had my slogan is protecting your business, powering your success. And then I put like what we offer, which is like legal services for businesses, that like includes like the company formations, contract drafting and review, business negotiations and legal guidance to like help companies with like any disputes or like just to help it like operate smoothly. And then I put our hours, which would be Monday to Friday,
Mhm.
9 a.m. to 5 a.m. And then I just put like a fake address. So like,
No problem.
yeah.
Not a problem. Hey, you're manifesting it. It's okay. You'll have that address. Something similar. All right, let's see. What about you, Stephanie? What'd you have on yours? A summer. Are you able to come off? How's your voice?
I did hold on, let me find it. So my slogan is discovering life to save lives.
Oh, it's good.
It's for a research biology career.
Okay.
Um, do you want to know like what it is? Because that's on my flyer. What I'll put on my flyer. Like, should I say what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Briefly. You guys just have brief details. They're factual but brief.
Okay, so I have a research biologist study living things like humans and cells to understand how the body works and how diseases happen. We perform experiments in labs, analyze results and data, help create treatments and cures. Um, we are working at a hospital. It's 24/7. You can like it's like flexible hours.
Mm-hmm.
It matters because it helps people understand diseases, improve healthcare. And our goal is to um become helpers to like figure out like why things happen and leave families with answers instead of questions.
Okay, that's good. The thing that I'd be how would they contact to get maybe information for
Oh,
that
by
stuff?
via email.
Okay, so you'd have an email, and then if they have to come in for anything, then you would have an address too.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be our thing. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. So the next thing, just give you guys an idea when I'm looking for if you're doing, like I would say, an opening event, basically. You're just opening. Let me show you. And there's no wrong way to do a flyer besides if I putting too much information on there. Let me know when you see the screen, just like it's a grand opening event. Some basic things you want in there, like I said, but some people, you can put come for food. People love free food. Anyway, so those are just things and it says 30% off. Some of you guys mentioned pricing on there too, which is great too. So just as an example of what you can do when I'm just saying this is just details on here. It's not giving me any opinions or anything. It's giving me how to reach them, their address, the name of it, where it is, and the date for that. So this is just something you guys add in as you guys are making your business documents that you're gonna have. The next type of writing. So you guys have instruction. You've done instructional now, how to use your products or services. You guys did now informational. The next one is persuasive. And of course, when we talk about persuasive, why you're trying to persuade someone to use your product or your service. Why you out of everybody or the other things that you should use. So with persuasive, a lot of it is convince me. That's the best way for me to make it short and sweet for you, is you want to make the reader believe or do something, like an advertisement, like we saw in the flyer. Okay, it looks like something, a nice place. It looks elegant with it. So when you're trying to convince me why to invest in your product, invest in your business, and invest even in your service, that's what the advertisement piece is even going to be. You want to adopt your viewpoint, have them see, maybe it's just like with some of the products, you guys are doing, like Evie with the hair products. Why should someone who has curly hair use your products? Or why should I come to you to get any type of advice? A lot of things too, incorporating teaching. Oh, I might go to her because she might offer how to take care of my hair, or she may instruct me on the best kinds of foods to eat to help my hair may be healthier, or maybe a certain type of, maybe filter water might look better, or the water in my home is too harsh. So anything is just it's the art of effective persuasive speaking or writing what it is. Especially I'm gonna use you use your figures of speech. And again, like I said, your 30-second pitch. So it's your marketing that you guys use, your proposals, your advocacy pieces, all those tie in together. So for the next one, we're going to do an activity that you guys are actually going to do in persuasive. Nope, that's the last one, interactional. So we're going to do, so how can you persuade someone? Why should customers choose you? Is your persuasive piece right now that you're going to do? Why should they choose you? Is you're going to come up with. You guys did discuss a little bit of it. You say the facts, but convince me why I should come to you. You guys mentioned some of that in your 30-second pitches. I want you to write down now briefly, why should I come to your business? Or why should I use your product? Or why should I come to the research you did for the colleges? Does this make sense? Thumbs up or emojis? So I know it makes sense. All right. I'm gonna push you guys in breakout rooms also again. And if you don't go into breakout rooms, you guys are just gonna work in the main room together as a room. That's what you guys would do. All right. See, you guys are coming back. Would you guys come up for your persuasive pieces? Your persuasive discourse. What'd you guys come up with? Why should we choose your product or your business? Persuade us. Convince us.
So like for me, for my tutoring business company, what I thought of is that obviously each of my student will get like sessions like designed for that student and their specific needs, like what they really need to focus on, not like just like useless information that you could search up or something. Like what they're specifically like stuck on. And also like for my app, like I could add limited student discounts like that appear in the app, or first come basis, including first session pricing, referral rewards when like a new student books. So yeah.
That's good. 101. So it's like 101, you tailor to my specific needs. That's good. Not a group base in that sense. That's good. And they have an app that offers discounts. Okay, very good. All right, Isaac, what you have for your persuasive discourse?
Um, so basically, what I have for Hydro Glow,
Mm-hmm.
it was like a speech, right? Like a pitch.
It ought to be
I
a
need
speech. It could be a pitch. Yeah, persuade us.
um. So do you ever drink water and it tastes warm or boring? That's not refreshing at all. That's that's why I made Hydro Glow. It keeps your water cold, fresh, and clean for hours. You can take it to school, the gym, or anywhere you go. It won't leak and it's easy to carry. No more warm water, no more bad taste, just cold, fresh hydration all day. You could upgrade your bottle, upgrade your life. Hydro Glow. Stay cool, stay fresh all day.
That's good.
So that's it.
That's good. I like that. Thank you. Especially the part of the, cleaner water, not dirty water. And very good. Thank you, Isaac. All right. Oh, and Caroline, I did see that. I saw you what you said when you had your slogan, your ideas. Before that, I do like that. Care that heals, heart that listens. Location you would have on there for your flyer, their hours 8 to 5, and they can contact you with a number, email, and address and website. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do like that. Care that heals and heart that listens. Very good. All right, Stephanie, what did you have for your persuasive piece?
So I chose to research Montclair State University
Okay.
because it's a large public university in New Jersey known for strong academics and career opportunities. It offers programs in areas like business education and communication, along with internships that help students gain real-world experience. It's a good choice for students looking for an affordable school with solid career preparation.
Very good. Very good. Not that. Okay. So what I'm going to do with you guys, I'm going to have you guys take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to do the last type of business writing. We're going to do is going to be transactional. So go ahead and take your 5-minute break, and then we'll come back. Okay, you guys. See you coming in from your breaks. All right, the last business writing type we're going to talk about is transactional. Remember we said it's like pet or race cars, so transactional is what you use in your day-to-day business activities. Your communications, it focuses on exchanges between your individuals and also your entities, what it focuses on. The other thing is like how we get paid. It's emails, letters, your invoices, your business agreements, and your contracts. So what I'm going to do with you guys, go do with you guys next, you're going to actually devise your own invoice, what you're going to do. So for instance, if you have, I'll just ring you have a bakery. So what are you can either put, someone wants to order, let's say 12 pastries. How much is that going to cost for your invoice? Someone wants to do an event, hair care products. Someone wants to maybe haircut, or they want to buy 3 conditioners and two shampoos. How are you going to invoice somebody? And what goes on an invoice? So you guys are you're gonna write down a makeshift invoice is what you're gonna do. How many of you know what an invoice is? Before I have you guys go do it. You guys are back. Turn your cameras on, please. You guys are back.
Is it like a service, like a service that you provide for an event? Yeah.
It can be, but for you, for like tutoring, to give an example, let's say you would do for one-on-one tutoring. So if I came in for an hour of tutoring, how much would that cost? How much would you charge that person for one-on-one tutoring? What they're coming in?
For an hour,
For an hour, however long your sessions are. So let's just say an hour. If you do
yeah,
an
for
hour
an hour,
tutoring,
like I would charge not too much because like honestly it's hard to afford tutors. So I would charge $8 an
okay.
hour,
So
either
what would
online or in person.
Okay, online or in person. Okay, and that makes a big difference too, because that might be different too in your pricing. So, and then if you have products. So the other thing to think about too, when you guys are doing your pricing, you guys got to have materials sometimes too. So when you're tutoring, are you providing them anything? Are you providing a notebook? Are you providing a pencil? It's not just your time in your service aspect. You have to include some of that in too, because that goes into what you guys pay for your materials as a business when you do your inventory. That's something. So on an invoice, what goes on an invoice, first of all? Do you guys know what goes on an invoice?
What you're charging them and like for what?
Right? And how do you know who you're charging?
You have to put like the company or like person that you're charging.
Yep, you have your company name, your company address, which you have your contact, kind of like a letter. It looks like a letter, but has your address information, and then underneath you have your client or your customer's name. Sometimes, and then you have underneath like quantity if there's products, one, let's say one bottle of shampoo, this purchase price of what, and then you have your total at the end. So you need to have things on there on your invoices. Basically, any bill that you get, just like when you go to a restaurant, you look at the receipt. You can make the receipt. It's like it's a receipt, but you can also make it into an invoice because it has the restaurant's name on it. Usually, it has their address and phone number usually at the top of it. It doesn't have your name, but it'll have your table. So that's how they're identifying who cut what customer it is. And then it has details underneath. You ordered a chicken Alfredo. It has how many you ordered is right next to that. So for your company and what you guys are doing, you want you guys to devise a invoice. You guys work together and helping each other devise. Are there any questions before I separate you into groups for you guys to actually help each other? Thumbs up or emojis or not head nods. All right, gotcha. All right, thank you. I'm gonna separate you guys. Okay. How now? I did hear some going to different rooms. Some of the conversations going in with the different invoices. For some of you that have products, it depends, or your products are. Is it for an event? So you can have prepaid invoices. You do have due dates, and I want to share with you just an example, really quick of an invoice. But you guys can also Google invoices also what you have. But the biggest things on the invoices, usually to help you stay organized for your invoices, you're going to have your company name. Like I said, you'll have your building. If it's in a building, you have your address here, your phone number, your contact information. But here, then who you're billing it to, who's your client. So you're going to have their name, their address, and their zip code. Now, of course, if you're in somewhere and it's just your product, your receipt is what they're going to have. But if they did a prepaid order, like some of you were discussing, or they're coming in to get it, you're going to have what it is here. What is the item here that they're purchasing? Because you got to keep up with your inventory and you're going to stay organized for it. Then how much did it cost? How many are they getting? And then the amount. Now, this is up here for rate too. So some of you that has services, for instance, you could just put a consultation. They're coming for a consultation, or it'll say one-on-one tutoring or one session of tutoring is what you will have here for that. And invoices will be different. Some of them down here, special note and instructions. Sometimes what people do, I've seen people put positive messages down here. But if there are certain instructions they need to do with your product, like we were talking about, what instructional aspect do they need to be? Once received, please refrigerate as soon as possible within 30 minutes. Or, bake, warm up for 30 seconds, for a warm taste. What things they need to know down here that you can put too. Of course, you have your total, your subtotal, any discounts, because some of you are talking about you have discounts, your taxes, and then your total at the bottom. One thing too on invoices is an invoice number, your date and your number that you're going to have on it. That helps you keep up when they say they're calling it. If a customer has maybe questions about an invoice they received, they can also go back and to refer that. So having that invoice number on there too and the date will help you. And if it's a recurring customer, you might give them a customer ID. And then your purchase order. Is this purchase order 1, 2, 3, or whatever? The other thing that's not in here, well, they do have a payment due date on here, the date that they want to do. In a business, sometimes it's called net 30, net 60, net 90. What that means, sometimes they'll just say that. What that means is it's due in 30 days. Net 60 is due in 60 days. So sometimes you'll see that too also in business to give you guys an idea of what can be on an invoice. It depends what you're doing also and how you're billing. Sometimes on the invoices, it'll also say, which is not on this one, it'll say the type of payment you take. Credit card, different credit card, PayPal. Some of them I know do, some do Zelle, some do Cash App. So some of that you will have on there. So those are some different things that you make sure you have on your invoice, and how does it keep you actually organized in what you're doing? Does this make sense, everyone? All right, I see heads, nods, and thumbs up. All right, so that was the different type of discourses you guys actually have. So now you have instructional, you have informational, you have persuasive, and you have transactional. Transactional, remember, is how you make money a lot of times in your contracts and some of your agreements that you have. The next thing briefly I want to talk about is the difference between literary discourse and academic. The difference between the two. Let me see if you guys are you able to see my screen. I'm sharing. Is it coming up for you guys? No? Okay. Come on. Okay, I'm trying it again. Let me know when you see it. Just give me a thumbs up. I don't know. All right, thank you very much. So remember, discourse is just spoken or written communication between two people. It can be a serious discussion on a particular topic also, what it can be. Now, when we talk about literary discourse, this could be poems. You hear people coming off just the top of their head doing different type of poems when it comes to, excuse me, literary discourse for you. So it can also be a song. What songs that you can relate to that helps you express how you are? Sometimes you might have a favorite book. So what type of poem, short story, there's some plays that you might like, some nonfiction. What type of things that maybe you can think of and you can write it down. How do you relate to a song and some of them? That helps you express yourself, or sometimes just motivate you. Sometimes you might not be in a good mood, or you just need to pick me up. You listen to a certain song that keeps you moving. So those are the types of literary discourse that you can have. Poetry and short stories, remember that too. So the other one we get to, the actual literary too, like I said, is the poetic that you have. I like it because it's very creative when it comes to poetic aspect of it. I know sometimes I've gone to jazz sessions where people are saying poems and that there's jazz music behind it. They're going through it, be expressive. I love too that you see in academic journals, letters and diaries and some blogs. People are expressing their opinions and what they've gone through. And they are the experts in that if it's their experience, what they're actually going through, because they're just expressing what they went through. And then we also have transactional in this too. So basically it's in your advertisements that you can have in it, and it's in editorial articles also, among some different things. So these are the three different types of literary discourse that you can have. Now, we talked about literary, not academic. Of course, the academic aspect of it is like a debate. If there's a debate team that you have, but it's argumentative in nature, is basically what it is. So it presents some insights of what you think on one end and what someone else thinks on the other side regarding the concept of method. It's a scholarly though. These are academic journals that you guys have. Sometimes when they ask you guys when you're doing your papers, they want scholarly journals. They want things from reputable sites. They don't want you guys to pull things off of I forgot what it's called. It's not something pedia. It's what's it called, but it's not an actual site.
Wikipedia?
Yes, thank you. Yes, Wikipedia. Yes, they want you guys to use actual sites, journal sites, where people are doing their scholarly journals are actually doing data. They're giving you the hypothesis. They're giving you what the body is, what they looked for. Did they use different teams? Did they give someone maybe what they're testing versus someone who didn't have it? So those are the things that we look for. Those are things for the academic discourse. Now there's a format for academic discourse also. That comes with it, excuse me. So like I said, it's like when you're writing your papers, you have your intro, your body, and conclusion when you have your paragraphs. So of course, the intro, you write about like your hypothesis. What are the issues are going to be addressed? What are we looking for? The body is going to be the center of it. It's going to do the information that you gathered. You're going to disseminate it. You're going to tell what your findings are and how you interpret them. And of course, in the conclusion aspect of it, you're wrapping it up. You're referring to the claims you have. You maybe giving some references on it. You're including some recommendations, and you're giving some insights for further studies, the different type of discourse that you have. Now, what I want to do next with you is going to be a review. But I'm gonna set you guys in different teams. What I'm gonna do with you is everyone back. Just give me 1 second. And I've switched you guys up. You guys are gonna be in teams. There's gonna be 2 teams of 4 and then 1 team of 5. So I'm gonna tell you what team you guys are. You guys are gonna have to remember, okay? Fair? Thumbs up? Nod heads? All right, thanks. So team 1 is gonna have Isaac, Rima, Caroline, and Evan. Team 2 is gonna be Stephanie, Jaylene, Evie, and Roxy. And team 3 is gonna have Nabia, Summer, Stephanie, Kimberly, and Jason. So we have 2 teams of 4 and 1 team of 5. You guys remember your teams? All right, okay. Now, need you guys to decide who's gonna be your team leader, team lead. You guys can talk among yourselves, or you want to be team lead?